Two people can work in the same company, in the same position, yet think in completely different ways. One waits for instructions, the other looks for opportunities. And the difference isn't in talent, it's in mindset. Mindset isn't just a motivational topic. It's the lens through which we see problems, opportunities, and our own impact. We're not dividing people into better or worse. We're mapping the landscape. When an employee mindset helps, when it limits, and which skills open the path to an entrepreneurial way of thinking, even if you're in a traditional job. Having an employee mindset is perfectly normal. It's about comfort, stability, and clear rules. But if you want more freedom of choice, influence, and better results in a constantly changing world, an entrepreneurial mindset provides different tools. That's why we created the Entrepreneurial Mindset Project. This project isn't about business. It's about a way of seeing the world, about how mindset shapes choices, choices shape actions, and actions shape reality. After watching, you'll be able to apply entrepreneurial thinking every day, in any role. This is the first video in the series. So, let's get started. An employee mindset isn't something bad. It's simply a different way of seeing the world. This mindset focuses on stability, on clear rules, tasks, and instructions. Its focus is on doing things well, avoiding mistakes, and getting guaranteed results. It's a mindset about process, meeting standards, and predictability. And it's extremely useful in stable systems. Example: an accountant who must follow regulations, or a nurse who can't experiment with treatment plans. Here, discipline is a strength. Research from Harvard Business School 2022 shows that people with an employee mindset tend to have higher emotional stability and perform better in structured environments, where there are clear KPIs and a system of effort equals results. These people value reliability, consistency, and guarantees. And that's perfectly fine. Not everyone wants or needs to be an entrepreneur. Some feel more comfortable growing through stability and deep expertise. Now, a different perspective. Entrepreneurial thinking isn't just about business. It's about how you respond to uncertainty. This mindset focuses on creating value. Not what needs to be done, but what can I create that truly matters? It seeks opportunities, not just tasks. It's about initiative, experimentation, and adaptability. As Harvard Business Review notes, entrepreneurial thinking is the ability to see problems as resources for innovation, rather than as threats. Harvard professor Howard Stevenson described entrepreneurship as the pursuit of opportunities without regard to the resources currently under one's control. In other words, a person with an entrepreneurial mindset doesn't wait for perfect conditions. They create the conditions themselves. They act, experiment, make mistakes, adjust, and try again. For them, uncertainty isn't a threat, it's a space for action. Consider the examples. Elon Musk started building SpaceX when most experts said it was impossible. Steve Jobs had no technical education, yet he saw the opportunity to make computers simple and accessible for people. Ukrainian entrepreneurs during the war. Hundreds of stories of people losing businesses and building new ones from scratch. This is entrepreneurial thinking. The focus isn't on what I have right now, but on what I can create. Why has this become critically important? Because today, the world has changed. Technology, automation, and artificial intelligence, all of this reduces the value of purely executive skills. A McKinsey report, The Future of Work, shows that most companies are now looking for people who can think entrepreneurially, even in traditional employee roles. In other words, people who can spot opportunities, act independently, and generate new ideas. MIT Sloan calls this intrapreneurship, internal entrepreneurship. It's when you work within a company, but think like an owner, noticing not just tasks, but chances to improve things, and taking responsibility for the results. Psychological factors play a key role here. A growth mindset, according to psychologist Carol Dweck from Stanford University, is the belief that our abilities and skills can be developed through learning and practice. People with this mindset learn faster, recover from failure more easily, and are more willing to try new approaches. So, belief in growth combined with initiative, that is the core of entrepreneurial success. Now, let's break down the mindset truly needed for entrepreneurship and why. The first component, a focus on creating value or value first. The market doesn't pay for your effort, it pays for the value you create. Example, instead of just making a presentation, create one that helps bring in 5 new clients. The same goes for this video. It's not made for motivation. It's meant to give people a tool, a new perspective, a different way of seeing things. If, after watching, you look at your work, your team, or your decisions differently, that is value created. The second component, experimentation or hypothesis test learn. In uncertainty, no strategy guarantees results, so quick and low-cost tests reduce risk. Example, an A/B test of an offer, or a pilot launch of a product to 50 people before a full-scale rollout. The third component, resourcefulness. Constraints are normal, and the ability to do more with less becomes your competitive advantage. Example, instead of increasing the budget, redistribute resources, optimize tools, and manage traffic efficiently. The fourth component, treating mistakes as data. Every mistake is a source of insight, but it only costs you if you don't analyze it. Example, after a failed test, conduct a post-mortem and record concrete lessons learned. And the fifth component, customer-centric thinking. Entrepreneurship is about solving problems for others, not just executing your own idea. Example, instead of saying, "I want to create a marketing course," say, "I want to help freelancers stop losing clients due to communication chaos." These 5 components form the foundation of entrepreneurial thinking and help you act effectively, even in challenging conditions. So, mindset isn't just a set of knowledge. It's a system of decision-making habits. Let's look at it through psychology and neuroscience. Neuroplasticity. 1. A 2018 study from University College London showed that the brain changes its connections when we consistently practice new ways of thinking, literally forming new neural pathways. This means entrepreneurial thinking can be trained through consistent practice in uncertain situations. 2. Cognitive behavioral model. Our actions shape experience. Experience shapes beliefs. Beliefs influence actions. If you change your behavior, for example, start acting through small entrepreneurial experiments, your mindset gradually changes too. Now, let's talk about how to move from an employee mindset to an entrepreneurial mindset. Step 1. Create a safe space for mistakes. Don't avoid them, just make small ones. Where the stakes are low, but the learning is high. Every small mistake gives a lesson and builds confidence. Step 2. Start thinking in systems. An employee asks, "How do I complete this task?" An entrepreneur asks, "How can I make this work without me?" This is thinking about automation, delegation, and efficiency. Step 3. Develop financial vision. Not just salary, but the return on investment of your time, energy, and effort. An entrepreneur always asks, "What's the ROI of this action?" Step 4. Surround yourself with people who have an entrepreneurial mindset. A 2021 study from the University of Pennsylvania showed that people who interact with entrepreneurs at least once a week demonstrate higher risk tolerance and independence within 6 months. Environment shapes language, and language shapes mindset. So, entrepreneurial thinking isn't a profession, and it's not about status or owning a business. It's a way of seeing the world, acting with initiative, creating value, and adapting to uncertainty. You can be an employee, yet think like an entrepreneur, creating, initiating, improving. And conversely, you can own a business but think like an employee, waiting for someone else to decide how things should be, and blaming the market. True freedom, then, isn't in your status, it's in your mindset, and it's available to anyone willing to train their thinking habits and apply them in everyday decisions. If you found this lesson helpful, please support our channel by giving it a like and subscribing. And be sure to write in the comments how valuable it was for you. In the next lesson, we'll talk about how entrepreneurial identity is formed. See you in the next video.